How y'all doing? As some of you know, I've been collecting miniatures for wargaming pieces for a long time. Rarely play, but I just like collecting models and painting them up. And I want to tell about a story about how one summer, I had a whole series of miniatures, and I ran out of my usual sealer. When you paint them up, you want to put sort of a spray varnish on it to protect the paint. And in this case, I used to use Armory when they had sort of a semi-gloss look. And I ran out of that, and I switched to Games Workshop's matte varnish. I was impressed by Games Workshop for a lot of stuff, their paints, their models for a long time. So okay, surely they could be pretty good on this. Oh, little did I know. When I used that instead, when I ran out of Armory, I was very disappointed. Case in point, this is Cypher the Fallen. He is the description. He's from the Warhammer 40,000 line by Games Workshop. I painted him up because I have a Dark Angel army fully painted, and it's terrible. This may not be the best camera to show this. I'll try to do what I can, but normally it'd be clearer. It yellowed over time, and let's see, this well, it's not too clear here. The sword itself, it has this very noticeable also on the backpack. It is has a thick misty layer on it. It ruined a lot of the detail. Shoulder pads are pretty terrible to kind of a misty look on them, and the robe itself was not as yellow as I originally painted it. It completely ruined it. I was disappointed for years, but fortunately, just last Christmas, back in 2015, I went to Dell City to the comic book store there, and I found another Cypher the Fallen in pewter. I know that's weird because of Games Workshop doesn't make pewter miniatures anymore. So I was really lucky with this. So I bought him, and I took another go at it. I did different details with this, because this with the original. I just painted, spray painted undercoat black, painted with just straight Dark Angel green, no real no highlights on it, not overly too fancy, just Dark Angel green, white white robe and all that. And well, it's hard to tell with this, but this one I went an extra step, took some Dark Angel green, and then highlighted it with Calibite green, so it has a higher green. But then when I ran out of Armory, unfortunately, does not make the sort of semi-gloss I'm used to. So I went online and see what do people choose, and they suggested testers. Now I kind of use a combination deal here. Here they are. You go to any hobby store and check up testers spray lacquer. Now you look at this, and this will not tell you what different types there are. You got to look at the top of the label here. So you got your tester's dull coat, and you got your gloss coat. When you finish painting the model and you're ready to seal it, I put a high gloss coat here first, and then I had to dull that up to a sort of semi shine. I use a dull coat. So I should show you some examples here. I have a this is what Armory was able to do. I got Reaper miniature werewolf here. This shows, again, it's not a high gloss. There's some reflection here, but it doesn't, not overly too much. It helps bring out the color. And that's another thing I don't like matte finish, to my experience. Any sort of coloring detail I have can be really dulled up, and just even if you get it right, it just doesn't look right. But here I get a lot of details that you can see, and so forth. Let's see if I can adjust the light a bit. There we go. But again, you can see there's a sort of there's a little bit of gloss on the bottom of this base, but it's not always noticeable, depending on the paint job. Here's another one. Again, using Armory. I got a bigger wolf here, and if I use Games Workshop on this would have been misted up, and you don't see a lot of the detail and such. Again, this is a Reaper Miniatures, or a Lupin Lord. He may have another name for it, but he's still available with Reaper Miniatures on ReaperMinis.com. But again, yeah, nice. So you can see semi shine on the cloth here. So that's a good, I always like that because it really brings out color. Now, if you use the tester's gloss coat, just gloss coat alone, you get a result like this. And I have an example. This is an Eldar X art from Warhammer 40,000 Games Workshop, and I picked it up. Really liked the model. Got it on sale in Ponca City. and you can see it's very, very shiny. It's not so bad if that's the effect you want, and I'm not so picky about whether a miniature is too shiny or it's too dull because they want to make it realistic. I just want a nice protected coat to protect the paint job. Now, this may be a bit too much. This is more than what the what armor used to be. But I found out that if you just use a high gloss coat, then use a dull coat on top of it, and you get that sort of semi-gloss look that armor used to have here. So, yes, it is not much of a video, but the whole point of this is that, you know, pay attention, because even the finishing coat to protect your models does make a difference. So, there you go. That's just my little story about how I was able to get the model I liked back by a good chance, and fine, and able to finish, help, repair the damage that was already done here. And I could point out to you. So, yeah, there you go. This is a little anecdote. Y'all have a nice day. Thank you.